This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fishy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Thursday podcast. Talking about recruitment today.
God.
You know when you meet someone for the first time, you go, oh, this couple's, they're really nice. You develop a relationship a couple of months later. Next thing you know,
what are you talking about?
You're selling adult toys.
Oh my God, I nearly got recruited the other day. People tried to recruit me.
For what?
Down at the Sydney Swans. I was a pretty handy footballer in the day.
What in the canteen?
No,
or?
first 18.
I don't think anyone's going to recruit you to do anything. They're certainly not going to recruit you to sell adult toys because you wouldn't sell any, would you? You just keep them all for yourself, you greedy little thing.
You retired from footy when you were 18.
Well, yeah, I'm making a comeback, not on the adult
You're
toys.
47 now.
I'm 44. And I don't,
you know what I'm getting back into?
Hey guys, all I'm saying was I'm going to get back into football and I'm going to increase the sex toy activity.
Right? We're talking about recruitment. Who tried to recruit you into a religion or anything like that? We'll do that in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I've got an update on the old 4-day working week.
Oh, where are we at?
So the most extensive ever 4-day week pilot has been run, and researchers at the University of Cambridge and Boston College have gone through this, and these are the results. So how many do we have here? The 6-month trial ranged, this was hundreds and hundreds of businesses, small businesses like fish and chip shops to large corporations, and it canvassed thousands of workers. 4-day working week with the employees just to see if it worked out. 92% of companies elected to stick with the initiative post-trial. 92%. So they're going to keep it.
When we had Labor Day the other day, and it was a 4-day working week, I was so driven and excited that it was a 4-day working week. I wanted to get as much done in those 4 days as possible.
Oh, you're saying that now.
I'm not joking.
Well, we didn't see that here.
But here's the thing. I feel like if we did the 4-day working week, it would then become the norm.
Yeah.
So I think we would need a mechanism or a switch to turn it on and off. So if we did something like daylight savings, we did a 4-day working week. Then it goes back to the 5 days. So it's almost like a holiday.
Yeah.
If you're on holiday the whole time, a holiday wouldn't feel like a holiday. So if you're able to realise we have this great period of 4 days that we go to work for and then it goes off again, then we look forward to that 4 days coming up again.
See, I don't know. I don't understand it because it says his employees saw their working week reduced from 5 days to 4 with no loss of pay. So you're working less hours.
Yep.
How are you getting more done, especially in a fish and chip shop?
You're just getting the job done. I mean,
it's not like you can pump out more pieces of flake.
Well, that's the
can
thing.
you?
You can't keep them lining up on the Monday when you don't open.
Workers reported improvements regarding a raft of personal stresses, including fatigue and anxiety. We know that one. But performance and productivity were, while revenue rose 1.4% on average across businesses.
Mate, I think it's simple. I think the answer to why it works is attitude of the people. It doesn't become a 5-day slog.
Yep.
It becomes a how good is this? We got 4 days, guys. Who's fired up for 4 days?
See, I still think... Well, we at Mitsubishi, we used to work an extra hour a day, and every second Friday we would have off.
Was it worth it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
you'd
amazing.
hang out for that Friday.
Well, every second week you're having a 4-day week. And you're prepared to work that extra hour every day.
What about this?
So we were working 8 to 5, basically. We were working 7 to 4.
What about if the solution was we started the trial and we had sort of a testing period, but what we did is we went Monday through to Thursday. On Friday, you turned up to work in the morning, and then it was a company event during that Friday afternoon. Yeah. So you knew you only really had to work Friday morning, and then it was just a long lunch. It's a barbecue for the company.
That's what we do Fridays anyway.
Do you know what I mean?
How's this last week? A Victorian Public Sector Union last week. They went all in. They lodged for a hefty new pay claim demanding 20% wage hike, a 4-day working week, an extra week's holiday, and 17% super. They've gone for it.
How do you get that?
They've had a crack.
Hey guys, I've got an idea.
Hey, let's start up high, and then I'll bring it back down, and we'll meet in the middle.
You can only come down.
If you've been waiting to skip school holiday crowds for your next trip, now's your chance.
Take a sneaky weekender with whatif.com.
Just imagine all those empty beaches.
Book accommodation and more on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel? I can't get enough of the Beckham documentary.
Oh, here we go. Got an update for us?
I just can't believe, as a brand, globally, how big they were. Not just David, but Victoria as well. And the moment for me is that he left. Well, he didn't leave Manchester United. They basically moved him on to Real Madrid, and he played with the biggest soccer stars in the world. In Spain, they couldn't walk down the street. Like, it was out of control, the paparazzi. Then they decided to move from Spain to, we want to go to America. We want to go to Hollywood.
LA.
And they played for LA Galaxy. He played for
Right, that was a big deal.
He
wasn't
played
it?
for LA Galaxy, and I'm thinking, do the Americans know much about David Beckham? Oh, yes, they do, because he had a mate there. Have a listen to this.
I was friends with Tom Cruise. I remember Tom turning around and saying, "Me and Will are going to throw you a party." And I was like, "Will?" He said, "Will Smith."
Will Smith. So
here we
they
go.
throw a party for the Beckhams.
Let's pick those names up off the
Bruce
floor.
Willis is there. You've got Jim Carrey was there. Like, everyone was there, right? And then have a listen to this. This is one of... You can hear another voice in here. It's one of David Beckham's best mates and business partners. Have a listen to this.
We had to make a circle for Tom Cruise so he can redo the choreography for the Risky Business dance scene.
And then the next minute, the piano starts going and Stevie Wonder starts singing him Happy Birthday. And I just like, this, you know what I mean? He's gone. We've lost him.
He's gone.
That
We've lost
is
him.
What? Who's that talking?
So that was his best mate.
That would be like a dream you have, where all the celebrities in all of the world
It's
throw
not
you
right.
a big party, and you look to the right and it's Stevie Wonder, and you look to the left and
You
it's Tom Cruise. But it couldn't possibly be real to have them all there together.
You couldn't pay to make that happen.
No, it's crazy. That's a welcoming party. So then, I saw that and I said, I didn't know the Beckhams and the Cruises, because he was with Katie Holmes then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I didn't know
like
that they were
her.
friends. I had no idea that they were friends, and that's because apparently they've had a falling out. And there was an article written today about it. And they're saying why they've had a falling out.
Okay.
And there's certain sources that are linked to both sides of it. And one of the major story is that Tom tried to get them into Scientology.
Nothing to do with hair transplants.
Well, that might be the big party. It's like, this is the new power couple in town. And I'm not saying how Scientology works, but there are a lot of big names involved. Let's roll out like the super duper red carpet. Let's make them think this is the lifestyle they want to be part of.
Welcome to the cult.
And then plus
Tommy,
be very careful calling
Can
it
you just check to see if
cult.
Will Smith had anything to do with Scientology as well? Because it was
think he
Tom and
did.
Will.
Yeah, I think he does.
So this
was a tactical play on behalf of... What's the name of the head of Scientology, Tom, that they look up to?
L. Ron
Hubbard.
That's right.
Oh, and Kate, I'm going to ask you in a second, but this is what I'm throwing out there. 13, 24, 10. Have you ever met someone before, and it may be a person or a couple, and then you realise you become really good friends with them and realise that they were trying to recruit you into something? Now, this could be a religion. It could be Amway.
Oh, yeah, pyramid selling.
Yes, it could be, I don't know, electrolyte, water, machines,
You name it.
anything like that. If you've got a story, I want to hear from you. 13, 24, 10. You're going to the running for Kate's Sweet Seats. But have you, Kate, over the years, with your... with your personality and that as well, did anyone try to recruit you into a religion, or
Just trying to think. I remember years ago on the set of Home and Away, there was a lot of Hillsong interest.
Gotcha. So did you get invited out to Hillsong Church?
Well, there was a lot of the young'uns were involved, and they would, no disrespect, it was something that they were into, and that they would, they kind of banded together, which usually happens.
So there was a Hillsong group
in these scenarios. Not a group, but there was, more, maybe a clique. But the thing is, I'd love to be able to tell you that I was invited out and included, but they never spoke to me.
Did anyone go out?
Ray
Did
Mar
anyone
wasn't
on the
there?
set? Like anyone like Lynn or...
No, I don't know about Lynn. I don't know about Lynn, actually, but there was a little part of me that was, quite happy that they weren't including me, but then on the other hand, highly offended.
Yeah. Why don't you want me?
She's a waste of time, that one.
Rebecca in Wattle Grove, you were recruited by a friend?
Yes, through my kids' school we met, doing lots of play dates with the kids, hanging out, and then soon discovered it was trying to recruit us into like a party planning type thing where we had to go out and, sell products to other people at parties, and they get a cut basically of what we were selling.
So what kind of parties, like underwear or Tupperware or that kind of...
Yeah, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Which is
Once
basic...
we realised, we kind of stopped, and now we never hear from them.
Which is basically a pyramid scheme, isn't it? Because it's like if you can get people under you, you get more money.
Is that how it works?
To a point.
The more that you've got under your pyramid, the more money you make.
But the pyramid shouldn't fall over in this situation.
Yeah, but see, then you're getting friends involved that then have to get their pyramid
You're
up.
talking about product. In a pyramid, quite often there's nothing there. Like, you just rise to the top by putting your money forward, because that money then goes to the person above you, and then you hope that one day you're at the top where there's not even a product involved. Catches me out every month.
All right. I want who tried to recruit you? I love these stories. Emma's given us a call from Currans Hill. What's your story, Em?
Yeah, so about 10 years ago, a friend that I had lost touch with reached out and invited me out to dinner, so I agreed and went along. Turns out it was a group, and it was his Mormon Bible study.
Oh, so you went along and met them all.
That's so sneaky.
The first time, Em, he didn't ease you into it and try to maybe catch up for the first time? It was straight away?
No, we hadn't spoken to each other for like 4 years, lost touch after high school, but for no real reason. And I thought I was having dinner with just him, and turns out it was his whole group of friends who were all
And how long have you been a Mormon for now, Em?
3.5 years he had been. I left that dinner as fast as possible.
Well done, Em.
Good on you, Em. Robin Monaval, a friend tried to recruit you?
Yeah. Similar story to the last caller, actually. Invited to a dinner with an old friend, went to the house. It was all a bit strange because there was all these other people there, other couples, even his parents were there, and then it just got a bit weird. Putting me on the spot about wanting to make a commitment to selling all these products sort of coming in and if you sell this, we do this, you get that, we get this, and it was just really bizarre and just
What were they selling, Rob? What were they actually selling?
They were hooked into Amway, but also there was another thing. It was about 20 years ago. It was some sort of new life product or something or other. And
is that a weight loss thing?
No, I don't think so, but it was...
Like a magic pill?
I don't know. It was...
They wanted you to commit...
magic pill that night.
And they wanted you to commit on the spot, Rob. Come on, let's do this. Let's get into it.
Yeah, they were... Yeah, basically, wanted me to commit on the spot, and it'll be really good, and it's a new sort of pathway for you. And
you're still friends, Rob?
It was... I haven't really caught up for a while, actually. No.
Will you be a little hesitant the next time? Ting! Or would you like to come to dinner?
Claire Fizzle did a couple of Tupperware parties at our house.
I love Tupperware.
Oh, look, there's nothing better than a Tupperware party. Remember Avon?
I remember going to bed. But my bedroom was near sort of the living room, and I could remember because there was always one woman who would run the party. All right, girls, these are the new Tupperware.
Okay, this is a cake tin.
Yeah, look, you can put your leftovers into there.
It's completely washable.
And you can hear Mum after about 5 shandies going, "Ooh, that's great. I'll have 4 of those."
My God.
I could do muffins in there.
A little nest of containers.
What did Avon do?
Beauty products.
Was it?
And I think they did this amazing, and it still reminds me of my mother, is the apricot oil, like an apricot kernel or oil or something like that. I'm sure. I think you can still...
And Heather loved it.
You can still get it. I mean, it reminds me of Mum. I'm sure there are people listening.
They were door to door, though,
it was Avon calling.
And you'd have a party as well.
Oh, my God.
Lauren in Ryde, did you try to get recruited?
No, I did the recruiting.
Okay, so what business were you in, Lauren, or group?
What group? So we bought a camper van, and we were really lonely camper vanners. We didn't have anyone to come with us. And our friends are quite posh, and they like to go on really nice holidays away, but we weren't having that. So we took them on a weekend away knowing that there was a camper van for sale, and we took them round, and we really sold them the dream, and they bought the camper van that weekend, so they're the part of our camper van cult.
You sucked them in, Lauren!
Got him a beauty, Lauren.
Well done. That's actually not bad. Did
smart.
Did the camper van last, Lauren, or did they offload it pretty quickly after that?
No, we're still going. We're still living the dream.
Good work,
Good
Lauren.
on you.
Camper van.
So jealous.
It is. There's a moment where everyone goes, "I'd love to jump into a camper van and just travel."
Lasts about an hour.
It is until the kids are screaming.
I'll do it one day.
Someone does a poo in the camper
I
van.
need someone to be the driver.
Yeah, okay. And then she's off, guys. She's visiting every market and she's knitting in the back.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kate, the chat that we did have with Maggie Denton, you got quite emotional during that. Has gone crazy, gone global.
Yeah.
I mean, we've on Instagram, 4.5 million people have seen it. Quite a few comments.
Can I throw something out there too? If you have only seen the clip, just comments like why Fitzy and Whipper laughing through that. Please go to and listen to the entire podcast of the interview, because then it is in context and you don't need to let out some steam in the comments section.
And I don't think it's just the two of you laughing through, the mother's load. I think it's too that as it being isolated, that's what the clip focused on. But in actual fact, Maggie Dent, of course, was championing dads as well, and I think in trying to...
That was the chat she came in for.
Yeah, give them the tools to step up or just offer a level of support, because, I mean, her point being, we're just wired differently. Let's just have a little listen to Maggie first.
So what I want sometimes is for our dads to recognise that we're wired different.
Okay,
But we
gotcha.
want the dads to be able to jump in sometimes and go, I've got this. Got this, love. Yeah, I've got this back off.
What about with mums and dads?
Yeah.
Sorry.
In different houses.
Did that strike a chord though, Kate? Did it?
Just the dialogue that doesn't
ever stop.
That doesn't ever end.
Yeah.
And we don't need to, rehash the inner dialogue stuff, because we'd be doing an extra hour this morning. But give us a call, 13 24 10. If there is something going on in your relationship, or a sticking point where you would really like your partner to jump in or just step up. Like, is there... And it's so hard to talk about it, because it's easier to kind of stomp around the house sometimes and continue to be frustrated around the fact that someone doesn't know what your needs are. Yeah, look, give us a call. And we're talking about this because not only have you guys out there been talking about our chat with Maggie Dent, but we've also been talking about it in the office. And it was funny, and I thought this is so great, even if this is all that comes of us chatting on the radio with Maggie. Jess said to me here that she went away and she found herself thinking about, like, I wonder if my partner needs me to, maybe there are things that I'm missing, because, oh my goodness, I'm actually like the dads who go to bed and can just manage to go to sleep. And you've got a new baby, Jess, and I just thought it was great that you went home and said, okay, I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be three things, but what is it that I could possibly do? And it's just a really lovely open conversation that doesn't have to get to, you don't do this for me.
Well, that's Maggie's advice, isn't it? Think about the three things that maybe you could offer and have that conversation with your partner.
Yeah, and what were your... I mean, you can share as much as you like, Jess. But...
Oh, no, that's fine. I mean, first off, I was a little worried because she said, can you give me 24 hours and I'll have a think about it? So that was a long day. But then we sat down and sort of my wife's the primary care of our baby and I'm coming into work. So what got me with that Maggie chat was realising I don't have that dialogue where I'm worried. I'm probably more focused on work and worrying about here and making sure, I can put a meal on the table, whereas she's carrying all that family load. And I wanted to help. So the three things were to try and be a bit more proactive in the house. I think I do things ad hoc, like I might stack the dishwasher or do the towels, but I'm a bit sporadic, and if I could be a bit more consistent, that would really help to...
Domestic ad hoc,
Exactly.
Right down there.
Another thing was I do a bit of work in the evening, and that kind of eats into family time and helping to do bath time, so could I try and prioritise that a little bit earlier so that I'm a bit more present?
When Harry's asleep, maybe? Or
Potentially. And then the third thing was trying not to pick up my phone anytime there's a little bit of downtime, because I just mindlessly scroll. I don't even know why I do it. I think it's just
scrolling.
That's it. Ad hoc domestic scrolling, we're calling it.
Right.
Well, it's
on the phone,
like not necessary phone in hand action.
I don't need it because I can be with the baby or I can be in the garden, that sort of thing. But it's like we're wired now to pick up our phone, and I just need to be a bit conscious to put it down and not do that.
What do you need your partner to do? Give us a call, 13 24 10. We got Lisa from Rose Bay. You there, Lisa?
No, that's my wife. She's dropped out. She was about to say everything.
That is going to be a separate podcast.
Yeah.
Fitz.
No,
just Lisa and I breaking down the Whipley household.
We've got Denise in Woolooware. What do you want from your fiance at the moment, Denise?
Hey guys. So no, it's not really from my fiance. It's kind of more that myself to what I could do to stand up and kind of be more present.
Yeah.
In a relationship, because I was listening to that chat with Maggie a few days ago, and I was feeling like, oh my God, we actually did change the way, because we were working a lot, like to pay for a house and pay for our wedding and all this kind of stuff, and we only get to see, he's got a daughter, so we only get to see her maybe once a month at the moment. So we're trying to make time, like what could we do better to make time prioritise for her. So we book a weekend off, or like we book a day off in the middle of the week, and if we're watching a movie at the weekend with his daughter, like we put our phones away, iPhones, laptops, like everything goes into the bedroom, and we're not touching them for the night.
Well done.
Just to be in
the
like,
moment.
just to spend time together. Yeah, because we found ourselves like her being on the iPad, us being on our phones. It's not really spending time together, even though it's limited.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
So,
Denise, good thought. Thank you.
That is a great thought.
It's tricky sometimes to work out how to best use the time when you are only seeing your children perhaps once every fortnight or once every month as well. So I think that's a really good point.
Ros in Quakers Hill, what do you want your partner to do, Ros?
My partner and my kids, I want them to see. I don't want to be the nag that says, hey, look, the dishes need to be put in the dishwasher, or the washing needs to be folded. Like, my husband is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be the nag anymore. I want my husband and my kids to see, hey, there's stuff to be done, and Mum's not just losing her mind screaming at us to, unload the dishwasher for the 10th time.
Would it help if it was just him that kind of steered the kids a little bit? So when it was getting up from the table, it was him making the call, guys, I need the dishes in the wash. Hey, guys, we're going to help Mum with the folding tonight.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, they probably still won't listen, but at least they don't think Mum's just the crazy one.
I think so too, that when, I mean, like anyone that is either nagging you or, the more it happens, the less you're heard, because it just becomes background noise. Mum's asking me to do this, and there's no. Look, I'm with you, Ros. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to ask people to do something and then actually just ignoring you. Like when you start to think, I'm a grown up and I have a job and I've had a career and a life.
You've still got a career.
And I'm being
Congratulations.
And I just am not being heard. What do I have to, and you don't want to get to a point where you have to jump up and down, because then you go to bed at night and you worry about the fact that you've had a tantrum.
And you're jumping up and down in your jammies.
Chevy's in a bit of trouble.
Oh my God. Sean in Avalon, welcome to the show. You want your wife to do one thing, do you, Sean?
Just if you could just tell me what she wants for dinner.
Oh, Sean, that's almost impossible for some women.
What was that?
You try a few options, and then...
I didn't hear what he said.
Sean just wants his wife to tell him what she wants for dinner. Now, do you cook, or is this, what would you like me to order on Uber?
No, I'm a chef.
Oh, Sean, do you know what? It's amazing how it's the one irritating phone call that happens every day. What should we have for dinner? What do you want for dinner? Well, the kids are going to have this. What do you feel like? Oh, I feel like this. What do you feel like? It's extraordinary. Just run through a couple of options, maybe give 3 options.
Sean, can you sit down at the start of the week on a Sunday night, Sean, and just go through each day and
food plan?
Your food plan.
Yeah, we could try it, but like if I suggest 2 or 3 things, I don't know. You think about it.
But
I make a suggestion and you don't want it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know what? I think it's great that you're even asking what to have for dinner, because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there, and I know I'm generalising, where no one considers what's for dinner except for Mum, but everyone sits down to the table at 6 o'clock and they're all being fed, and there's been no thought before that.
Yeah, like...
No, come on.
Oh, just last night. I say to Lisa, if whatever ends up on the table, I'm wrapped with. I'm never going to complain about what it is because you've gone to the effort of making it now. Until now. It's just...
What was it?
You can't eat chicken tonight again.
She was doing fried rice, and I couldn't have rice at the moment. So there was some...
He's making this... He's made our entire Maggie Dent chat what you need from your partner about his workout
I had some
routine.
honey and soy chicken, and the honey and soy chicken was frozen.
What do you mean?
So how's the big rig going to eat?
What it was in a frozen meal.
It was frozen. Like we bought it home from the butcher probably on Saturday. So we went, we'll freeze the chicken. But the chicken...
You need to watch it defrost.
So she put it in a bowl,
Gee, you'd
still
be hungry.
wrapped in the paper, just sitting in the sink.
I
went, honey, that's not a defrosting plan. To start with, you should have...
leave it in his car.
You could eat
somewhere he can't find it, so it goes off.
So why everybody sat down to enjoy their fried rice last night, I was outside on the 4-burner, on the turbo.
Tough.
Defrosting, turning my barbecue into an oven over a series of slow cooks on a low flame. To not only defrost, but then cook the chicken. And by the time everybody was watching Frozen, nice tie-in, on the couch, I'm sitting at the table for one, lonely, asking myself how the day was. What was my rose and thorn today? I'll tell you what the thorn was.
Should I turn his mic off?
Yeah, turn it off.
It's going off now.
Thank you.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Just want to give you a little Britney Spears update because everybody is on the edge of their seats waiting for the release of her memoir, which is out towards the end of the month, Woman in Me.
Oh, God.
And, of course, you know, when any big book release is coming out, they start drip-feeding the stories, you know. I think most recently, only yesterday, she was talking about the bald head photos.
Oh, yes,
where
of
she,
course.
you know, remember she shaved her head, and there were all those paparazzi photos where she, you know, attacked a Pabst car with the umbrella. That was back in 2007.
What did she say?
Well, she said, which is so understandable, she'd been eyeballed her whole life, looked up and down, completely judged, and I suppose her, you know, the shaving of her head and acting out like that was just incredible frustration and acting out. I mean, leave me alone, stop looking at me, but in turn actually giving the paparazzi what they want.
Is that why you did it, Fitz?
Yes, that's exactly why I shaved my head
After Big Brother
and brought myself an umbrella. What I want to know though is she honest in there? Because obviously there's a drug period.
Yeah, look,
will she talk about that?
I would imagine so. I'm sure that with any memoir, she has to be honest to sell it, and she's also been pretty honest, or at least has always told her own truth, whether that be the truth or not, whether that be via Instagram, and she's been through the courts. But one of the big stories that everyone has their eyes on is, of course, the relationship with Justin Timberlake. Of course, yeah. You know, I know when there was the documentary, he came under a lot of fire for shaming her in many ways. Remember, he wrote, well, speculation was that they broke up because Britney cheated on Justin.
Right.
And that's why he wrote Cry Me a River, which is a brilliant track. She never denied those claims.
Yep.
But she did write a song called Every Time, which in some ways was a response to that.
Do you know what's interesting, Kate, though? When you go back to their relationship too, there was the controversy around how she came out and said, we're waiting till we get married before we're intimate. Do you remember that? And then he broke that sort of veil or idea or suggestion by saying she's a real goer or something along those lines.
Well, he said something incredibly disrespectful, and that's what I mean about the shaming. And that's why he came under fire, because the way he spoke about a woman, and a woman that was his girlfriend and that was in the public arena, was just just wasn't called for. But as far as the cheating claims go, she completely addresses them in the book. And she actually speaks about a specific affair that Justin has had with another very famous person. Not sure if they're in the music industry or whether they are a Hollywood star. She doesn't name them because apparently this person now has a family and she doesn't want to, she has a respect for this person.
Any hints?
I don't think she needs to give any hints, because in any situation like this, you just kind of drop the bomb, and I mean, everyone's already going crazy about trying to connect the dots. Who was around during this period?
What have we got?
Who might have been floating about?
Who was it?
Yeah. So anyway, stay tuned.
Throw a name in.
Well, I don't know.
Who are they suggesting?
No one as yet. So do your homework tonight, and maybe we'll have a name tomorrow. I don't know about. I don't know. I think that could be.
He had an affair with Susan
I wouldn't
Boyle.
put money on that one.
Well, I would read that chapter.
They met during the Ice Bucket Challenge when Susan Boyle did that, which was a high.
Yeah, she is.
Which was the highlight of her
What an amazing
career.
voice. Yeah, I will get that book.
Great read.
I've just started Love and Pain, the Silver Chair story with Cristiano and also
did you?
Ben Gillies. But yeah, Britney's book will be amazing.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life, improve it!
With super advice and super returns, Aware Super is super helpful. Find out how Aware Super can help you get more from your super today. Read the PDS and TMD at aware.com.au.
Straight to Tracy in Balcombe Hills. Trace, give us a life hack.
Hi guys, good morning. How are you?
Good, Tracy.
Great.
What do you got?
Okay, so keep some solar lights or some solar lanterns in your garden, and when there's a blackout, you bring them in straight away and you've got light.
Oh, that's not bad. You could
No
probably
candles,
Use a
no
torch.
messy wax on the floor.
Could use a torch.
use your torch
you
on
could
your
use
phone.
a torch. It'd be difficult for me. The only solar lights I have outside are the fairy lights in the frangipani. So it'd take me probably
Oh, when you're stumbling to the frangipani for a
an hour and a half to unwind.
Yeah, see, Trace.
Oh, well, just keep one on your windowsill or something.
Okay, thank you.
Well done, Trace.
Good on
Good
you,
start.
Trace.
Erin in Gymea, life improver.
Hello. All right, so you know when you've got a sink and you're trying to fill up a bucket, but the bucket won't fit under the sink, it gets a little annoying.
Yep.
So you get a dustpan and you put the bucket on the floor and you put the handle sort of outwards, and obviously it makes like a bit of a funnel. Turn the tap on, hold the dustpan off, and it flows off.
That sounds like a disaster.
Or Erin, you can just,
It doesn't work every time, Erin, does it?
Erin, you can take your bucket outside or go to the laundry. You know, you've got a couple of options there. Often a deeper sink in the laundry. Erin, good idea. Let's write that down. Lisa in the bra, life improver. What do you got?
Oh, hi, guys. Good morning.
Good
Love
morning.
to hear your voice, Kate. Fantastic.
Thanks, Lisa.
No problem. So summer fruit's coming in. So remember, we get the mushy nectarines and peaches. They're stuck in the bag. So if you use a empty egg carton and pop the fruit in each little container there, each little, what do you call it?
Yeah,
That
the egg.
little bit.
Yeah, the nest.
The egg. Because, yes, the nest, beautiful. And then it doesn't get squishy because it's not all put together and it lasts a whole lot longer. So it's still
They're great. That'd be perfect for the apricots, because how good is it?
Same, exactly.
An apricot, peaches, maybe a bit too big for the egg
I
carton.
don't like apricots.
They do. It's good. They just take the pressure off the bottom of it. So
You've never had a good one then if you don't like an apricot.
I went out with a girl who she'd eat a lot of dried apricots and she got terrible wind.
I was going to say dangerous.
Terrible win for the poor lass.
So does that make two positive? What is it? Two negatives make a positive then if you're in that relationship?
What do you mean by that?
Well, with your gas problem as well. Did that even each other out?
Flatulence.
I don't have a flatulence problem.
Ma Ren's given us a call from Caringbar. Life improver, give us a life hack, Naren.
Hi guys. It's actually my husband. He's the clever one. When you're freezing your Super Dupers, if you freeze them standing up in the door of your freezer, it's all the liquid goes to the bottom and it leaves a massive gap at the top, makes it easy to cut, so you don't lose half the ice block.
But I like the little top bit. You know when you cut the top and then you suck that out of the lid first, and then you...
Yeah.
Do you suck... Oh, right.
I know the bit you're talking about, Kate. Yes.
Yeah, but you're cutting too deep then, if you ask me.
That's not bad,
Well,
Naren.
depending on who's cutting it for you.
Well,
If you're cutting it fierce.
exactly.
Congratulations to you on having that life improver tip, and also congratulations to your husband
he's a
on
lucky
working
man.
that out. What a
Clever
team.
man.
What a team.
James in Quakers Hill, give us a life hack, Jim.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Got you clear, James.
Oh, yeah, coming in.
That's good. So my one is could be like a hangover sort of thing. So if you have like a vitamin B tablet before you go out, and then after you have a few drinks or so, you then feel okay the next morning. I've tried a couple of times and it works perfectly.
Jim, I love
that
him.
is not a life hack.
Do you
I
have-
think it's because vitamin B has thiamine.
James, I could tell you, if you're having a big night out, one little vitamin B tablet's not going to help you the next day. It's getting a Powerade into you when you get home or hydrating.
I find a Stemadol
Well,
shot
then
the
you got
next
to have
morning.
you got to have the one afterwards as well, and then it sort of balances out.
Oh,
and then if you have the Powerade as well, then you're good as gold the next day.
Oh, wow. Thank you. What a revelation.
Yeah, doubling up on the vitamin Bs.
Well, Tracy, Erin, Lisa, Marin, and James, you're all in the running for Kate Sweet's seats. But, Kate, you need to pick a winner here because we've got $500 cash.
Well, it has to be Lisa in Maroubra with the fruit, the summer fruit and the haircut.
Lisa, well done.
Thank you. That's fun.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life. Improve it!
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Channel 7 had their upfronts yesterday, and it's always good to see all the new shows that are coming to us in 2024.
Yeah, and nice to see the old ones as well.
You must be a bit excited, Fitz.
Why is that?
I read the headline. Big Brother Uncut.
Oh, yeah, I did see that
to
this
return
morning.
to your screens.
I
So if you
thought-
like Big Brother, but you want to see them nude as well,
I thought they had a few hassles with that. Oh no, I think it was Big Brother Live, wasn't it? You could watch it. You could watch the live stream. That's where they had a few problems.
Yeah, well, you can't really censor anything.
will it be a cross between sort of Big Brother, the real show, and OnlyFans? Is that sort of what we're hoping for with Big Brother Uncut?
I don't think I'm hoping for any of it. But
all it would be just a bit of flesh, wouldn't it? You're showing a bit of extra flesh and maybe some stories, some intimate stories.
Right. And maybe it's the level of
topics.
language. Yeah.
Are you guys aware of a show in the UK called Made in Chelsea?
I know the title. I've
Yes.
never seen it. What is it?
So basically, it's a group of social elites, okay, and they get together. They have coffee. Let's go to the restaurant. Why don't we have a couple of cocktails?
Is it guys and girls?
Oh my gosh! What are you still doing working there? Are you an influencer now? Or are you going out with that guy? What are you doing? It's basically that.
Is it just girls?
No, and I think sometimes the boys that I've seen, you're talking about Made in Chelsea, aren't you?
Well, it's an
they
English
have
one.
more fake tan and more makeup than the girls, and I've never seen so many false eyelashes.
So is it like Real Housewives of Sydney, which
No,
is
not at all.
now streaming?
It's a younger demographic.
Right.
Whereas Real Housewives are a lot older, aren't they?
A little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old they are. You could just never quite tell.
No.
Well, I watched it the other day, and Victoria, who was in the studio here talking Real Housewives, she said David Attenborough should do a documentary on me because I think I'm the only person in the eastern suburbs to have an original nose, original breasts, and original stomach.
Well, how's this? Channel 7 and Channel 4 in the UK have co-commissioned a brand new version of the British reality show Made in Chelsea. Welcome, everybody, to Made in Bondi.
Really?
Who's going to be on this show?
People from Bondi Whipper? I mean, it's in the name.
But I don't know, Kate. I mean, it's obviously eastern suburbs based. Are you suggesting I'm in with a
You're
shot?
just down the road. You and Lisa
reckon I
could go
could?
on it for sure.
Do couples go on? Or is it more like...
Yeah, they like the couples because
I'd
then
love to be
then
on this.
You throw in a third wheel. Maybe there's a marital breakdown.
I start hooking up with the nanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the backpacker who's flown in from the UK.
I've hooked up with Shirley doing Bondi to Bronte.
You know, my next door neighbour's just taken down a tree and now they can see into our balcony.
Oh, my God.
I just got another parking fine for my Range Rover just being over the line. This would be the stuff for Made in Bondi.
I don't know if that's enough storyline. I think they might need something juicy than what I have to offer. He's lost 6 kilos.
This would be...
Yes, him training at Centennial Park. You'd have to move your training from Centennial Park down to the promenade.
Oh, to the outdoor gym there.
The outdoor gym.
Kate Ritchie.
That's where the guy flashed me. I could be in
What?
Made in Bondi.
Who did that?
Not me. Why did you look at me? I haven't flashed you for a week now, and I wasn't in Bondi.
I told you that story. That guy exposed himself to me in the North Bondi showers.
My gosh.
And I cried.
Hoppo's got to that point in Bondi Rescue, have they?
Hey, Ryan Clark, you were my brother on Home and Away.
What are you doing, Whippet?
And that's the podcast for today. If you do want more content...
Where do you get it?
Well, you get it
Where do I get it?
You get it on the Nova Player. And if you do head there, we've got a very special podcast. You're not involved in it, Whipper, so I'm guessing... No, you're not. And you're probably very thankful. But there are a lot of people interested. I'm being educated by Jess and Lizzie here.
On what topic?
Part of the Fitzy and Whipper and Kate Ritchie team. It's a Taylor Swift kind of vibe. And there is so much to learn, and we've got too much to put on the show. We needed to do our own podcast.
Educate.
Find it on the Nova Player.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.